Do you know much about horse racing?
A little bit.
The influence of a 2-year-old is a precocious youngster.
Yes.
Holger reminds me of a 2-year-old.
Okay.
He's very advanced. Look, you can just see by his body shape, he's beyond his years. Those legs are incredibly strong already as a 19-year-old. Normally it takes years to get those miles in those legs. Look at the definition.
13-15.
I think he's made that, Fitzy.
He did.
2 points, 1-2 winners. We warned you, folks.
Yeah, and and the first thing that comes into your mind is that there's no fear.
No, none whatsoever.
Oh my goodness, that's threatening.
14.
That will scare you. And Rublev will have that in his mind for the next time. At 30 all, he has to hit a second serve.
Fernando Vicente in the black top there has been with Andrey Rublev for a long time now. Swinging out, just trying to keep himself nice and loose. But it took a lot of disciplines from his circus artist days and implemented them when training Holger and any elite training. He talked about discipline, good technique, balancing, strength and conditioning from a young age. He would have to train 6 to 8 hours a day, honing his crafts when he was traveling the world. And both these guys give it a good nudge. We'll keep an eye on the average forehand topspin speeds. It's half a chance and he will unload Rublev. It'll be a real battle to hold the baseline. Both of them love to be proactive, both defend quite well, but they both want to be offensively minded. It's been a real feature of Holger's game, the aggressive second serve. Oh, how do you like that?
13.
You know we're going around the world here, Robbie, don't you? It's a little intimidating when Andres Gomez contacts you from Ecuador.
French Open champion, let's not forget.
The great man,
Yes.
I call him. Yeah. We send our best to you. Go, go.
When they played in Bercy, Fitzy, just want to give you an idea of how well Rune played. He saved all 6 break points on his serve that he faced throughout the course of that match. All 6, not easy to do. And he converted himself on 2 of the 3 break points that he had. he won almost 70% of the points behind a second serve.
He looks so precocious, doesn't he? Like there's no fear. He's a young man beyond his years. It's a rare thing to see someone this confident, this good, so early.
Mm-hmm. And Fitzy, as if that wasn't enough, in that match he came to net 16 times. You know how many points he won?
16?
Yes.
You gave me a hint. Thank you for that. Yeah. Well, it doesn't surprise me. And if he's got an all-court game already as a young player, he's a long way down the line to getting the best out of himself.
Fold.
Already the second serve speed is way up there, 178 kilometers an hour. There it is. That's right up there with the top 3 fastest on tour.
Yeah, that's just his second serve. So that also means there's no fear. He just picks a spot and hits. Yeah, good start from the youngster. He's not intimidated at all by the more experienced player.
One game.
This can be a very sobering thing too for the older champion here. Someone who's in the top 10 himself, and he's playing someone 6 years his junior. It's quite a sobering thought, and you have to process all of that while you're out there. Oh, that's as good as it gets. One of the lowest percentage
15 love.
attempts of a backhand down the line here you could ever have over the high part of the net. It was out all the way until it bounced, that one. Rublev knows he got away with one there.
30 love.
A testimony to the quality of the contest in Burst C when they played. Both players hitting more winners than unforced errors. And we know they're not pushing the ball around.
40 love.
They give it a good old-fashioned smack.
Sometimes I think on the TV, we all watch a lot of tennis, we do, on the television, and sometimes you don't quite get how fast and how hard these guys are hitting the ball. When you go down to the court surface, gee, it gets your attention.
Rublev.
He got away with one, but gee, I love the fact already you can see that he's an all-court player and what weapons he's going to have. If he can't win one way, he can call on another skill set.
I like the fact he doesn't overplay this. I mean, for Rublev to win that point, he still has to do something extraordinary.
Fold.
Gee, that's 180 Ks, that second serve. I see what you mean.
Love that return of serve. We saw Sebi Korda do it intelligently yesterday. The block return off a good first serve when you're stretching.
Can you believe how many players are emerging at this Grand Slam. They're coming from everywhere. Sebi Korda, one of them.
Yeah. Fair few Americans, right?
Yeah.
Ben Shelton, JJ Wolf, Tommy Paul.
Brian Shelton's son.
That's right.
He's got some skill.
Fault.
Gee, two balls that have come back hard and fast into the, or towards the baseline down Rune's end of the court, and he hasn't reacted to either of them. He's given up a couple of errors here. He doesn't hold back, does he? I mean, no tempering of the shot there if it comes in hard and fast. A little lucky to get away with that, Holger.
Juice.
He gave Rublev a chance there on his running forehand. Well, not the most comfortable position in the court for Rublev.
Advantage. Rune.
We know what his best skill set is, Rublev. It's pretty obvious. And moving forward and using his hands and touch is not where he'd prefer to be on a tennis court.
And he wears his emotions on his sleeve. That you can be absolutely certain. I think he feels like the last 2 points should have been his.
Fault.
And again, it becomes apparent he was forced to move forward again, Rublev. So that will be on the agenda of Holger Rune to bring him forward.
2 games on.
Make him play his B-grade game instead of that A-grade game he has and possesses from the back of the court.
Oh, no way! A blazing vector that has seared the line.
We have a saying in this country, he's no shrinking violet, is he? The youngster. And an understated coach. By the way, don't you love an understated coach?
Ladies and gentlemen, during the rally, be quiet.
He's not happy, is he?
Players.
Yeah, he thinks there was some interference there from some spectators.
Yeah.
Oh, he has X factor. With a capital X here. He's got variety of shot, Robbie. He can defend. We know he can attack, but he's defended here well and just chooses the right shot. He had the body weight of his opponent moving forward and catches him perfectly.
Nice way to bring up 3 break points.
15-14.
Well, he's dropped a couple of balls short to the forehand, which I'm not sure is a good recommendation for Rune, but when he's done that, he's anticipated perfectly a couple of times. He seems to be reading where Rublev is going with that forehand of his.
He's got one more bite of the cherry here. Here's the Dane.
Fold.
Advantage, Rublev.
Is there a little bit of the Pat Rafter swagger in Holger Rune, the way he walks?
A little bit, maybe.
Fold.
Both handsome dudes, anyway. Well, big effort there from Rublev. He deserved that game. He knuckled down and got out of trouble.
Out.
15 love. $15.
I mean, that is insane.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
15-13.
I must have been a double fault, excuse me. Or was it?
I think the forehand missed, but that was the most extraordinary hit
wow.
from that position. Through the air, it looked like it was going to land into us, but forget the result. What actually happened, I thought, was extraordinary. How much power he generated with one step to his right and a half volley. It was, goodness me, it got my attention.
Fold.
Yeah, the deep returns from Rublev are giving him trouble here early. Rune.
15-14.
So
he's hitting the serve, no, not so hard that time, but he's hitting big second serves. They're coming back quickly.
Yeah, he's not making enough firsts right now. First serve, he's only made 9 out of 20. Yeah, it's a good game from Rublev, especially given the predicament he was in the previous one, down 11-40 on serve.
Rublev leads.
It's his depth of return. He was doing it in the previous game. Rune got away with it, but this time, 3 beautiful returns of serve deep in the court, and Rune straight away on the back foot, and still trying to generate so much speed when he has to half volley.
Yeah. How quickly the momentum has turned here.
Out.
15 love.
Hasn't quite found his range, has he, the youngster?
Out.
Talked about the model of consistency that Rublev was last year. Of course, won in Marseille and Dubai after the Australian Open. Also won in Belgrade. Remember, he beat Djokovic there.
Let's first one.
In fact, post the Australian Open, won 16 of 17 matches that he played.
That volley's too, it's not fine enough, it's risky. I'm not sure that's his best tactic there, to go down the line to the backhand and then volley short to the forehand. You're giving a really dangerous forehand too many options here. Poor tactic.
That's as good as it gets.
40-30.
Literally knocked the fluff off that forehand.
Out.
Well, therein lies a little bit of the danger of that mindset, just to crush every ball. Because sometimes you start hitting balls when they're the wrong ones to go for. And he's not a man to go for the happy medium, though, is Andrey Rublev. He knows the way he wants to play, and he goes after it. He picked his forehand again. Rune stayed in that forehand corner. He must be anticipating where Rublev's going, I think.
Chance to break again. Previous service game of Rublev, he had love 40. Couldn't convert. He's got away with a tentative forehand there, has Holger.
He's just falling down with the first ground stroke because it's coming back so fast, and he's not taking anything off that next half volley. Rublev doing well, hitting it so deep, by the way. There doesn't seem a lot of margin for error on that second ball, but
15-0.
amazingly, Rune seems to make it so often. He rarely serves double faults. And that second serve is big and it's reasonably flat.
It's amazing how often players will cover the down the line if they're at the net.
15-30.
It blows my mind. The coaches don't pick it up. Here, Holger, he just leans to his left again. The cross-court pass is the easier. He's going over the lowest part of the net. At least if the player beats you with a down-the-line pass, Fitzy, he's had to hit it over the highest part of the net into the least amount of court.
Fault.
He's not feeling the forehand today.
He's struggling so far, and these conditions are quicker with the sun in the middle of the day here. The conditions are a little bit more fiery, we would say, and higher bounces, tougher to control the ball.
Already 11 unforced errors.
Out.
Who weren't with us at the very start. The highlight of the match when they played indoors in Burst C was that both players had more winners than unforced errors on that day. Testimony to the quality of the ball striking then.
But indoors it's different, isn't it?
Yes.
It feels easier to hit the ball hard and keep it in so often. Here the ball flies a bit more, so you've really got to be in position and balanced. Take the ball early if you can.
Fault. Fault.
Game Rublev.
Yeah, so he's played a couple of average games, really, the youngster.
Very.
Rublev leads 5 games to 3.
And Rublev giving himself a stern talking to after getting broken in his previous service game. Another donation from Rune. Okay, let's see if he can serve it out.
Out.
It feels to me like the
15-11.
conditions are causing, or having, certainly contributing to these errors. He's not into position, he's a little bit off balance, and the ball's jumping around a bit more than normal.
Fault.
In the heat off this surface.
Out.
30-11.
Wow, this is very different to the Rune that we saw in the opening matches. I did the Krajinovic and Humbert match.
Out.
40-11.
Well, this is the balance a young player has to find, isn't it? The out-and-out aggression, which includes errors.
Let's for serve.
Finding the balance there with the number of winners you can hit by playing in that way.
Game
Gee.
and presents for Rublev.
Easy game for Rublev. He's on the board. I went outside at one stage. I knew that all of the
15
stadiums
love.
were packed solid. Six show courts. Barely a seat there. And then I went outside and couldn't move. Just an indication, I think,
59.
of what Melburnians here in Victoria and Australia have missed out on for a few years, and the tournament is back with a vengeance. It's so good to see.
Out.
Holger needs a hold.
30-15.
He'd broken in his 2 previous service games.
Let's for serve.
Rublev's seeing the ball well, isn't he? And sees this as an opportunity too, by the way. This draw is wide open. Novak's still there, but there's a plethora of youngsters coming through. All have an opportunity to go deep.
You're volleying
30-14.
a sliced ball. You've got to remember it's going to go down off your strings here.
Yeah, if it's sliced to you, Robbie, the spin will take it down off the strings more than if there was topspin on the previous ball. So he has to learn to adapt to that.
This could be a 3rd break in a row for Rublev.
Out.
Juice.
He's certainly in a hurry, isn't he?
I was just thinking that same thought.
In a hurry to go places.
Yeah. Actually, when he was playing against Umbe and he took the tumble, he slowed things down and it suited him just fine, Fitzy.
Remember our old friend Brad Druitt?
Yes.
Advantage
Led the ATP
Rublev.
Tour.
Yes.
Played Davis Cup for Australia. When he was a young guy, the older Australians called him the rookie with a lot of potential.
Okay.
I feel like we could give that mantle to Rune as well. He's just a rookie, but wow, is there some serious potential there?
Out.
Juice.
Just got to learn how to channel it in that one direction. That'll take some experience.
Fault.
But he's all over the shop at the moment, really.
Advantage.
This is really
Rublev.
inconsistent stuff he's playing at the moment, young Holger. And Rublev is doing the right thing. He's making him play, hitting his returns particularly deep.
So in stark contrast, when they played indoors, Rublev's made some great inroads into his 2nd serve.
Out.
I think the
Just
terminology playing safe doesn't enter his thought process.
No. Not sure it's in either of their...
in his either, in
Yep.
Rublev's
Yep.
as well.
Fault.
Wow. Sneaky 7 volley there.
advantage. Rune.
Bit of shock tactics.
Out.
Juice.
He's left his towel at his chair, so he's just going back to collect it. He thought it was a let.
Advantage.
Well, it's called by the
Rune.
technology, isn't it? I mean, nothing the umpire can really do there.
Juice.
That's 196 kilometres an hour.
That's his mum just having a word there. Neck. Just giving the coach some input. Don't think the coach wanted any of it though.
Don't think so.
Fault.
Advantage. Rune. Cain.
That's
Rune.
another tough hold for Rune.
Out.
15 love.
Well, it's logical. If you hit this ball this hard, you make a lot of errors.
30 love.
Out.
30 15.
Not sure either of these players is going to run out of gas, though. The points are pretty short, aren't they?
40-15.
Still 10 minutes shy of an hour and we're into the second set. Yeah, the average rally length, Fitzy, just over 3.37.
Game Rublev. 1 game on.
I must say I'm quite stunned by the intolerance coming from Rune's side of the court. No rally tolerance at all.
Yeah, at some stage, I think you've got to learn to temper the way you hit the ball, and because otherwise you're just going to continue to miss. A young, modern player, that's for sure.
15-11.
There's spectacular hitting here, but the development of points is, well, it's not non-existent, but it's close. Certainly the fact that either one of these players, when they get a ball that presents an opportunity to hit hard, they go for it, and that determines the point quite often.
40-11.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a 60-second special.
Fold. Fold.
14-15. Thirteen.
Yep, said it's a brand that's about equality, kindness and hope. Principles that he strongly believes in. And he said he will keep fighting for what he believes, what I love and who I love.
Fold.
Not a bad outlook on life.
Nice to hear. That forehand must have looked pretty good from where Rune was.
Love 13.
Bit of his own medicine there, Rublev.
14.
Rune getting the ball back very quickly. Gee, things happen fast with these two guys on the court, don't they?
Fifteen, 14.
He had love 40, didn't he? Early in the first set, Rune, and the same here.
13,
Points disappearing for him.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That fifth game, it's been a bit of a turning point in the match. Rune looked set, looked comfortable. After not getting the break, though, things changed. The back of the line with the backhand, but I don't know what's going on with some of those forehands mid-rally. I mean, normally he's so keen to take them on.
Well, he tempered them a little bit, made sure he got them in, and once he produced a deep reply to Rublev, he started to get the upper hand. The Russian had opportunity to knock his forehand off, I thought, a bit earlier in the point with some short baseline rallying, but the youngster, I think, did clean the line up on the last one. So
Let's. First serve.
Are on the scoreboard. As Fitzy was alluding to, this match being played at a quick pace.
Love 15.
sort of a pleasant change, by the way.
Yeah, we're all for that, aren't we?
Yeah, so many of these matches are taking so long this year.
Mark James, front right with the white hats on. Performance analyst. Charts all the matches, charts his opponents.
He's dangerous, isn't he, when he gets anything like a short ball? And you can see the pressure. He doesn't give opponents a chance to settle down at all, and he's a little bit stressed at the moment, is Rublev. We see that often with him, but I'm sure he feels threatened by this youngster.
That's a proper pass.
14-13.
I mean, that's a nice volley. Most direct way past a player is down the line over the highest part of the net. But if you pull it off, it's absolutely stunning. Okay. Things getting a bit more interesting on serve now. Rune looking a lot more comfortable. He leads 4-1.
15 love.
I used to play it at the end of the season. A lot of players chose not to come, especially in the era of Borg and Connors, the early days.
Fault. Out.
30 love.
It's just hard for either of these two players, really, for me to settle down, because they both like to dominate. They both hit with such power, and they both go for shots early in the rally.
Fault.
13 for 10.
Out.
14 for 10.
Out.
Again, Rublev.
Hard, harder, hardest.
Yep.
Rune leads 4 games to 2.
Ball is fizzing through the air. It's 4:15 local time here in Melbourne.
There's no doubt, Robbie, to me, you know, you compared that indoor match they played late last season, and the conditions are heavier. The ball doesn't fly like it does here.
Yeah.
So there's more errors here because they're still going hard at every ball.
Mm-hmm.
Love.
Fernando Vicente and Gallo Blanco sitting just alongside him. Gallo, a very good tennis player as well.
Too good.
$15.
You just never know what's coming, do you? I think the only thing you can
30%.
understand if you're playing against Rune is that he wants to finish the point quickly, one way or the other. Pretty good drop shot there. He had Rublev on the back foot. Wow, it's power tennis.
40 for 10.
Both these guys are former junior world #1s, both on the Junior French Open. So they're pretty comfortable playing on both surfaces, not only hard, but clay as well.
Fault.
Again, Rune.
Well, it was
I think it's
almost like
just touching, huh?
Yeah, wasn't called out, was it?
Yeah.
Love for 10.
both stopped playing.
I think they felt this was going long. Must have just caught the outside edge. And Rune gets a little help there. An ounce of luck. Goodness me.
Love 13.
You're just always worried that he's going to come up with something like this.
I mean, how disconcerting is it to play somebody like him?
Very.
All the hard work. And the easiest shot of the lot is the one he misses.
I actually thought he might push that
15,
wide one down the line earlier in the rally. He had an opportunity. This one. Rublev was so far across, but he couldn't get a piece of it, Rune. Gee, he's just dangerous, isn't he?
15, 14.
Well, as quickly as he lost the opening set from 3-2, he's running away with the second set.
30, 14.
Hold your horses. It's a good response. Love
Yep.
to see Rune try and serve it out, Fitzy.
Yep, me too. And one thing Rublev has been doing all tournament well is certainly serving. He hasn't always middled the ground strokes. He's had some windy days to deal with. But the first serve has been really standing him in good stead.
Rublev.
And it just seems like most of these modern players, that they have that up their sleeve, don't they, these days?
He has only been broken once.
First serve.
Rublev has only been broken once in his opening 3 matches. Testimony to what Fitzy was saying.
Juice.
Well, he certainly has anticipated Rublev's direction a lot of the time,
Advantage.
but nearly
Rublev.
took one to the body on that occasion. It's just amazing how short these points are for me. They're hitting the ball so hard.
I mean, when you're hitting a serve at 196 and a guy is teeing it back at you, you've barely finished your motion and you've got to hit another shot.
I know.
Advantage. Rublev.
Do you think our little chip return would have given them any trouble, Robbie? What do you think?
Again, Rublev.
So Rublev's done well to hang on in there and force Rune to try and close out the second set. And
Rune leads.
given how well he returned the Dane's serve in that opening set, he might just fancy his chances once again. Broke him twice in the first set, almost 3 times in a row at the start of the second.
15, 11.
Rune had to fight off 3 break points in his opening service game in this set.
in a way, it's sort of hard to come to terms with the fact that a 19-year-old can be this powerful. You know, usually it takes longer.
I've got to give a lot of credit to both
49.
Lars Christensen and Holger. Holger for putting in the work, but I think Lars had a very definitive view of how he wanted to develop this young man.
Game and second set for Aruna.
That's impressive. Shuts the gates to love on the second set. It's one set all.
Out.
15-11.
Fault.
59.
That would have been naughty if he had made that.
30 for 10.
Fault. Out.
40 for 10. Game Rublev.
Out.
15-11.
Beautiful spin and placement. Oh.
Fault. Fault.
13 for 10.
Anything short, it's history, isn't it?
40 for 10.
Great serve to set up this short return, and as soon as the ball's here, the point's over. One way or the other, and most likely he's going to hit a winner. But the power and the direction and the composure of a young man is rather impressive.
Out.
Game, Rune.
Most players that go against Rublev would be intimidated by his power,
Game on.
but Rune is not at all. In fact, the opposite may be true here.
That's a good point.
Let's first one.
He really loves to, on the first court, to take the backhand early, doesn't he?
His coach is telling him to stay a little lower.
13-11. Like this.
How's the defensive skills of Rune? You just never know.
13-15.
That should have been put away, but now suddenly he's got to think about that
14-15.
It's like two young bulls going head to head here.
Out.
Game.
Gee, that missed by a whisker, Robbie.
Out.
Come to a city like Melbourne, there's so much to do in and around the tennis. Of course, that's so often for these 2 weeks.
Have you had a chance to go to some of the restaurants?
No.
They're very impressive.
No, just some of the coffee, the cafes and the coffee spots in the morning.
Vote.
You're more of a morning person than an evening person, are you, Robbie? Or is
Yeah.
it just that you work non-stop?
No, I love
in
the
the
morning.
evenings?
I enjoy the mornings a bit more, you're right.
Have you had your magic coffee yet, did you say? That's a specific
Love
type
that.
of coffee they make in Melbourne.
Okay, no, I haven't.
2 shots of coffee. They take the bitterness away out of both shots.
Wow.
Yeah, less milk. Get onto it. Big moment here, isn't it?
It certainly is at love 30. Again, he's gone for broke on that last shot. I thought he might just use his athleticism to stay in the rally, perhaps go hard up the middle.
Well, he saves that one, but I was about to say the irony. Look at the tension in Rublev. He knows that these moments might be fleeting, the opportunities. And Rune had given him 2 wayward forehands to set up this love 30 opportunity. So the decisions are quite often taken out of Rublev's hands here. He didn't do anything to win the first 2 points, really, just made a return, and then doesn't have much say in the 3rd point either.
Let's first one.
Out.
Gee whiz. Well, that's a youngster. Maybe not knowing when to take a bit off. Coach had nothing to offer there.
13-14.
Probably should have propped.
Just wonder if it was going in.
Well, he just kept moving through the ball, didn't he? Just ran straight through it. And that lessens the potential of maybe timing the ball, I think, and maybe needed a split step there just to balance himself.
Domination, warning.
Yeah, and now he's taking too much time, just reminiscing about the missed opportunity there. Fair call from the central umpire. Well, Rublev has to try and get that ball into play. Well, I know he tried, but really got to get that ball back into play. Wow, the confidence of the young man.
Advantage, Rune.
Second serve at 197 Ks.
Pay a lot of money for a first serve like that.
Fault.
He's like a simmering volcano, isn't he, Rublev? And he knows this is an opportunity lost. As soon as he made contact, he knew that that ball was going deep. Rune relishes in saving that last service game. 2-all. You just have no time to think here. The way these guys play tennis, it's all about smashing the first ball, and the reaction time is almost non-existent. Rublev needs to get his mind together here really quickly.
He is so proactive on that second serve return from the deuce side. He's got a great understanding of how to create instant pressure on the second serve. So unsettling if you are the server.
Do you think that mindset of attacking the second serve has made him think on his own service games, I'm never going to let anyone do that to me. I'm just going to hit this at 195 Ks consistently off the second ball? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's a strong possibility. get the timing right on that occasion.
40.
It's the only problem if you do try and attack that second serve and you don't connect it. You're left in no man's land.
Rublev.
He got into trouble quickly in his previous game too. Went down love 30 with 2 missed forehands. That was the most sedate point I think we've seen Rune play. Almost took the foot off the accelerator for once here, and it allowed Rublev to dominate the point. So trouble again. Well, what a game. And this is the risk. A lot of spectacular tennis, but wow, this has been poor. Love 40 out of, well, less than a minute. Terrible game. That might cost him the third set.
Rublev leads 4 games to 2.
That was a 19-year-old's game right there, wasn't it? Lars knows it. But that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with an immense potential. Immense. And
it's just a raw diamond, right? Just needs a bit of polishing, doesn't it?
Exactly. You can say raw diamond, we say rough diamond.
Rough diamond.
Yeah.
Fault.
And that game has just given Rublev a whole new belief system.
Fault. Out.
30. 14 love.
Fault.
Well, that little 3-minute piece of tennis there from Rune might cost him dearly.
Love. Wait, please. Wait, please. Wait, please.
Holger is playing speed tennis. I mean, Rublev's not far behind him.
Fault.
It's certainly a youngster's mentality, isn't it? I mean, he's been frustrated in this match, Rune, but you can almost see the joy emanating from him. Just the fact that he's out there playing tennis like a junior. A very advanced one.
Still a teenager, just 19 years of age. Already been a top 10 player. That's what his ranking is right now.
Fault.
14 for 10.
When you hit the ball this hard, this aggressively, there must be less thought process going into the building of points, you would think. It's all about hitting.
Out.
Game over. Rublev leads 5 games to
Are
3.
you just saying that as a statement, or is it?
Well,
are you suggesting
I'm
that
half
you should?
asking.
Yeah.
I'm half asking. I mean, they hit the ball so hard, they have little time to, you know, think between when the ball goes from their end of the court to the other and back. And I know that they're very advanced players, but
It's so reactive, isn't it, Fitzy?
is.
It's tough to think.
yeah,
I take your point. Absolutely.
it's like speed tennis.
Yep.
Out.
It's
15.
been one of the fundamental differences between the two today is the number of unforced errors. It's just raining down unforced errors from Rune.
Out.
Yeah, I don't think he's been able to control these conditions so far. He's spraying too many balls because it's light, bouncy. You know, when the sun shines, it adds the heat to the court surface and the balls. They fly more, and therefore he's having less control.
14 love.
And as a result, Rublev is very much in control here with 3 set points. And he only needs 1.
Out.
Game and third set. Rublev.
Well, that was played in
Nice, 6 games to 3.
lightning quick speed, that third set.
Love 15.
I don't know if he looks heavy. I don't know if the fall in the previous round against Umbe has affected his ankle or his hip. But this is a different player from what I saw against Krajinovic and Cressy. And certainly in the early stages against Umbe.
Well, he's a modern player. He wins and loses points from his own racket, takes the decisions out of the opposition's hands, really. His forehand's really causing him a problem here, isn't it? I mean, I know it's probably his biggest weapon, I'm sure, but he's missing a lot now.
36 unforced errors, and almost half of them coming from that forehand side.
Let's proceed.
Uh-oh.
13 for check.
Yeah, he's playing like a young man who gets to a situation, probably doesn't make the right judgment calls in certain situations, depending on the score, the opposition. just sees the ball, hits the ball.
Fault.
And now he's lifting his hands saying, "Why? What am I doing wrong on my serve?" to the coach's box. Well, but you got to hand it to him. One day these are all going to go in, aren't they? And probably for 7 matches, Robbie.
Nicely said. I like the way you've said that. Well, he's done something that's never been done on tour, not at a regular tour event. That's beaten 5 top 10ers at the same event.
Yeah, wow.
Did that when he won Bercy last year, and of course, in doing so, beat Novak in the final.
Fault.
Advantage. Rune.
When I chatted to him in the off-season in Dubai, he said to me it was the match against Zverev in Munich earlier on in the season that gave him so much belief. Beat Zverev there in Germany and then went on to win the title.
Out.
Juice.
Pretty impressive that a young 19-year-old has won 3 ATP Tour events already. They're not easy to win.
No.
Thank you.
Fault. Out.
I mentioned the Munich win.
Advantage. Rune.
Also won indoors in Stockholm. And that impressive win at the Bercy Masters in Paris.
Well, again, he runs through a ball that's awkward. Doesn't stop, doesn't prop, just keeps running straight through, and it's very difficult to get timing. And you can see that ball just came off the frame. Amazing. I wonder if his coaching staff are impressed with this or not happy with it, or it's tough to be too judgmental on a 19-year-old, isn't it?
Advantage. Rune.
But he's got such high standards. He won't, and he said it on numerous occasions, he won't be content until he is world #1, until he's won majors. So you have to judge him by the highest of standards then,
yeah.
right?
Well, yeah, that's true. He's the real deal, no question about that. But right now he's playing like a junior. Like not how he hits the ball, but in his mentality here. And his shot selection, his choices. And it's fair enough, because he virtually is one.
Double faults are starting to mount now.
Went the wrong way, young man.
I'm convinced,
Advantage.
and I could be completely
Rublev.
wrong, that he's feeling some effects on the wrist, because on this forehand, it doesn't even look like he's gone after it.
He hit it straight up the middle to the opposition forehand, didn't he? That's asking for trouble. Gee.
I have to wait and hear his press conference afterwards. Either way, win or lose.
Well, he approached there again, which, you know, I have a thing against that, but approaching the running forehand, but he hits it with such forward speed that it's tough to relate it or compare it to others when they do that tactic, when they make that tactical error. You can win just by his power alone here.
Advantage. Rune.
I can tell you the chair umpire has called for the trainer for Rune. So we'll wait and see what's up.
Rune. 15
Well,
left.
Yeah, it wasn't a good look, that, was it? It may well be the wrist that's bothering him. Or well, it could be the ankle or the wrist.
Let's first one.
Well, Andrei's getting a bit of his own medicine, really, isn't he? It's sort of funny because this is what he does to oppositions quite often. Certainly has racket head speed.
15-13. On.
Out.
14-13.
Fold.
Juice. Advantage, Rublev.
Improved serving numbers. Serve well, you play well. It's been the key for Rublev.
Fold. Out.
Game, Rublev.
One of the big differences from the last meeting is how well he's defended his second serve.
Game on.
He's pretty effective behind it. Won almost 60% of the points in that department. But I'm going to be fascinated to see which part of the body the physio or the doctor treats.
Well, Robbie, he's still hitting the ball hard. I mean, there's a couple of forehands he hasn't but gone after, but he's still crushing the ball, so you'd think it's the ankle.
Yeah, good point.
15 left.
I mean, you saw it, right? Did you see the...
The no-mas?
Yeah.
Or
No,
do you mean the fall?
No, the fall.
Oh, yeah.
2 days ago.
Yeah, against Humbert. It was pretty hard. He's a big boy. He was running fast. Went over on the ankle and then just went with the fall.
left.
I he's a, you know, a player that we will see so much of, isn't he? He's going to be a huge player in this sport. But he's not playing this like a competitive, fully competitive tennis match right now. He's just slashing at balls. So you'd expect there's something amiss.
Fold. Out.
40-15.
Fold.
And that's an indication of his mindset right there. So I rest my case.
40-13.
That's something would be akin to seeing if Nick Kyrgios was on centre stage.
Fold.
Rublev donates that second serve return.
2-1. 15 love.
Coach Lars Christensen. His mum, Anek. Always concerned as a parent when you see that happening. Doctor out on court.
$13.50. $14.50.
Fold. Out.
14-13. Again, Rublev. 2 games on.
Rublev's doing a good job of just keeping focus on what he can do best.
That's all he can do. Doesn't want to be distracted at all here, or have any thoughts in his head even that the opposition may, be struggling physically. That distant thought that maybe he might even walk up and shake hands. You've got to be very careful not to start thinking about that.
Love Twitter.
How is his tennis different in the first 2 matches you saw? He's obviously keeping the ball in a lot more and hitting a lot more winners. So
and rally tolerance when he's needed to have it.
yeah. So there's been something amiss today, hasn't there?
Let's. First one.
I mean, there's been zero rally tolerance today. Just been looking to hit winners when he's at the end of his range.
Out.
15 on. $30-14.
Fault.
$40-15.
Keeping his nose in front, you know, like you never know, do you? You never know with in a situation like this.
Game winner.
You know, this is going to get interesting. If Rublev doesn't really put the hammer down here, he could get into trouble. The ebbs and flows of 5 sets and a potentially, not injured, but a potentially ill opponent.
Fault.
Oh.
Wonderful shot at the ground reaction force that's created by the legs.
Now he's pumping his fist, Rune down the other end. He's maybe feeling a bit better. Can see an opportunity.
That's
been the problem today. Look at those unforced errors. 17 from Rune on the forehand side, just 9 from Rublev.
Fault.
Strange old match, this one.
Fault.
But, there's no question that Rune has not been feeling well, but Rublev's doing his very best to help him feel a little bit better.
Yeah, he's lost some concentration here. Danger time.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Out of absolutely nowhere.
Gee, I thought he was almost going to be on life support system there last game, and he's come out and fired up, Robbie. He mustn't have been feeling well, but isn't it amazing how that can affect an opposition player?
Well, suddenly we could be heading to a fifth.
Thank you. Love, 15.
Fault.
Oh, wow.
15. Oh.
It's insane. Just going after the serve.
He's about 188, 6'2". You could see that coming from someone who was 4 inches taller.
13, 15.
I mean, it's a good trajectory down into the court, isn't it, to hit a big flat second serve or any serve, but it's not 6'6" or 6'8" where the trajectory is really forgiving. And Rublev's lost his way.
14, 15.
Just wonder if he's, just when you were complimenting him about keeping his concentration, maybe he has just been distracted by what's going on the other side of the court. That forehand is from a different zip code.
Out.
15, 11.
Fault.
Wait, please.
Seems like he's had a second win, doesn't he? He's got more energy again now, Holger.
Out.
And I think it takes the consistency away from Rublev too. I mean, he's a big hitter, we know, but you know, when the ball's coming at such a rate of knots towards you, it's tougher to control the reply, and he's starting to miss now as well.
Fault. Out.
13.
He would love to break here and get to start serving first in the fifth. He's not going to have that luxury by the looks of things. He's going to have to try and serve this fourth set out.
Please. Game, Rublev.
So just 2 hours and 28 minutes.
5 games to 2.
We're on the cusp of going into a 5th set. Testimony to how short and sharp these rallies have been. Average rally length for the match, 2.99. Didn't miss by much.
Love. Good job.
You just can't get any rhythm against this lad, can you?
15 more.
Out.
13, 15. Oh.
Well, a couple of good points here, and Rublev will double his chances probably to win this match if he can get back into this 4th set. And he's still got 2 opportunities.
Holger's mum.
Fold. Out.
Believe it. In all
14,
fairness,
13.
this is what we've seen a lot of in the opening couple of sets, folks. One player playing well for a little bit, not even for extended periods of time, the other not so good. It's been very stop-start, haphazard. We expect more consistent shot making from both, but we haven't seen it. Set point, Rune.
Juice.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
Advantage. Rune.
Could see he was doing everything in his power to get that ball while it was above the heart of the net. It was always dropping. He still wanted to be aggressive. Now from set point up to break point down. 2 serves in this game that mill out probably. Oh, that's a double fault. First time Rune's gestured that he's not quite seeing things well.
Well, Rublev will be his definition of happy right now, because at 2 sets all, it was a flip of the coin. Now he's got a double chance, and he's going to try and make the most of this.
Oh.
It's really bizarre, isn't it, Robbie? Really, it's certainly a different match to the majority of others we've seen this Open. It's full of unpredictability, to say the least.
See that shadow creeping across the court. It's only halfway. The kid is not done just yet.
13-14.
That's not where Rublev wants to be. Andrey just doesn't feel comfortable in that situation, and it shows.
Thank you.
Second set point for Rune.
Please.
With more twists and turns than a Dan Brown novel. Somehow, Rune wins the 4th, and we're going the distance on Rod Laver Arena.
15-11.
Fault.
Inch perfect.
40-50.
Fault. Out.
Game Rune.
Out.
Well, tough to hit a winner from way back there. I know it's his mindset, Rublev, to go after it, but that was so deep. It decreases the margin for error there.
Out.
Gee whiz. Rune now tempering his ball a little bit to keep it in play.
Fault.
Love.
Well, I'd be worried in the Rublev camp. Don't self-implode now, Andrey.
This is the first top 10 matchup in the tournament on the men's side of things.
Fault.
I think we expected a bit more from both, more rallies like that.
Well, I thought Holger Rune there really did the right thing when Rublev came forward. He took a bit of pace off this one, made him hit this shot. He could have easily missed that half volley. Rublev, he makes it and gets away with a dangerous moment. There's one still remaining, though.
Juice.
Wow, what a big moment from Love 40.
And for the first time, as he come back from low 40 down in a service game to change the momentum in a set. Same story in the opening set.
Rublev.
2-all, he was down Love 40 on his serve. Won 5 points in a row, and then broke Rune in the very next game.
Game Rublev.
And could this be deja vu all over again?
Mate, I feel like I've been pulled from pillar to post. It's like a roller coaster ride here. Love 40. It was looking like a break of serve.
Fault.
Back to the
15,
grindstone.
11.
Just keep chipping away.
Out.
15. Oh, please, not during the rally, please. Thank you.
Out.
13, 15.
It's a well-measured forehand.
14, 15.
He likes these quick holds.
He's a little anxious now, isn't he, Holger? He sees an
15,
opportunity to
11.
make this quarter-final. That's just staggering hitting. Two of the hardest half volleys. Lou Hogue would have been happy with that.
I always heard about Lou.
15,
I've always heard about him.
Well, he was the master.
I heard about it from our good friend Warren Jakes, and of course my uncle Guyton Koenig said that no one hit the ball like Lou.
I tell you what, Holger Rune can hit it.
Yeah.
He's looking dangerous.
13.
And Rublev needs to be careful about going passive too. It's not in his nature. Right now, Rune looks the more dangerous.
Out.
13. Please again, ladies and gentlemen, be quiet during the rally for both players. Thank you.
Precocious 19-year-old who can seriously volley, Robbie. That was beautiful technique here. And you can see there's more energy emanating from him now, and that was magnificent. Great technique, out in front, lovely balance, break point.
Here comes Holger.
Rune leads 3 games to 1.
Wow, what a game. There's the wise sage that is Lars Christensen, who's been with him since he was 7 years of age. He's molded him into the player that he's become. A steely resolve about him has Christensen, and he's emanated that to the court. It's almost like he's refused to accept any excuses from his charge, even when he was given an "I've had enough" sign.
Oh.
Fold.
Wait, please.
Fold. Out.
And Danish fans all around the world are oh so close to seeing Holger Rune
15 love.
back in the quarterfinals of a major. Remember, he has been there already, French Open last year.
Fold.
Giving Rune a taste of his own medicine.
Wait, please.
It's going to be a clean winner anyway. If anything, the net court slowed it down, but he's taking 195 km/h first serve and hitting it as hard as he can.
Game Rublev. New both plays. Rune leads 4 games to 2.
He's a man who is looking for solutions right now. Body language is not looking overly confident. Holger just requires 2 more decent service games here. Good news is, this one is with new balls.
Love. Love. 40 love.
The facial expression of Lars Christensen has not changed for the duration of this match. It's been a steely look over to his charge, demanding discipline and the very best effort. And Rune has somehow dug deep enough to be on the brink of a quarter-final at the Australian Open for the first time. That was a good reflex volley. Not sure he wanted to hit it that well, but he'll take it. Once again, it's like lightning from the fingertips of Zeus. And this has been par for the course for the last 2 hours. These ridiculously quick service games, both players going for broke. And with whatever breathing issues that Rune's had, that's been the reason that the tennis has been like it has. I had the doctor on about an hour ago just to check his pulse. And he's been going for broke from the start of the match. One last big push right now. That's all that's needed. One decent service game, serving for the match.
Fold.
Can he be as brave now, serving for the match, as what he has been up until this point? That's the big question. Suddenly there's so much to lose. He's almost been playing with reckless abandon, like he doesn't care. Going for broke.
Fold.
Passive.
30.
That was tight. And we have not seen any of that from Holger up until this point. It's just a different mindset, trying to serve out a match. We haven't seen him play 3 points like that in the last 2 hours. Three break-back points. Well, what next? What next in this encounter?
Out.
30 love.
Doesn't work like this. Doesn't work like this. They need to do it in a changeover in that case.
Also 7 points on the bounce now. Make that
8. 5 games off.
I mean, this is a joke. What is going on here? What is going on? Just when Rublev looked like he was done and dusted at the AO 2023, he breaks to love, holds to love, and it's game on. What he would have given for that to be the first point of his last service game. He's bringing that forehand into play behind his first serve 80% of the time now. Three love games in a row. Serving to stay in the match is Rublev, but what a return!
Fitzy, I'm down on the centre court now, down at Rod Laver Arena. Gee, the atmosphere's incredible here, mate. And He's an interesting young player, isn't he?
I mean, it's just unbelievable what's going on, Fitzy. Perhaps he might just need a helping hand to get across the finishing line here.
Well, I hope he's not looking at me. Gee, there's some tension now, though.
Thank you. 15-13.
After 3 hours and 20 minutes, somehow Holger Rune has arrived at match point.
Thank you.
Well, he got tight when he was trying to serve it out, Fitzy, and he's got tight on that backhand right there.
Yeah, I thought so too. He's just tempered his game a bit, hasn't he? He's been a bit careful. It's a fine line.
And it can just slip through your hands like that. This is the beauty of the scoring system. Ago, Rublev is 1 point away from being out of the tournament. 3 points later, it's all even.
Ladies and gentlemen, 10-point tiebreaker.
10-point tiebreaker, Robbie. They're longer than a player normally expects. You know, the first to 7 in a regular tiebreaker happens a lot faster. They have time here. If they get behind, there's time to recover.
Who's your money on here, Fitzy? Can Holger recover after having those 2 match points?
No, unlike the predictor, I'm 50-50.
Here we go.
Forward. Out.
Zero. Rune.
Robbie, my gut feeling is here, though, that Rune, as the younger player, he has to try and play his aggressive game. I know it's been fraught with a lot of errors during the course, but if he takes the foot off the accelerator, I think Rublev might run over the top of him.
Yep.
2-0.
Can't tell you that Andrey Rublev has won his last 3 deciding set tie breaks. One of those was a 5th set deciding tie break against Denis Shapovalov at the US Open. So on recent history, Rublev's done well. Oh, he guessed right. Of course, the big deciding set tiebreaker that Rune won was in the Paris-Bercy Masters. Remember that first round match against Stan Wawrinka where he saved those 3 match points, then went on to win the tournament thereafter. So he's got some good memories of deciding set tiebreaks too, but those were regular. This is first to 10, and like a regular tiebreaker, and you've also got to win by a margin of 2.
Have you noticed anything in his legs, Robbie? I mean, he looks like he's, well, not cramping, but he seems like he's struggling with his legs occasionally. Maybe it's just his natural gait, but he seems like he's struggling physically a tiny bit. But why wouldn't you be at the end of a 5th?
Fault.
Let's second serve.
Out.
I tell you, this is a fairly mature thing to do, to lose your serve when you serve for the match, to soak up all of that disappointment and come back and get the first 5 points in a 10-point tiebreaker to win the match. Impressive.
So Rublev's on the board in this deciding set 10-point match tiebreak. Had a marathon, did Rublev against Shapovalov at the US Open just a couple of months ago, winning that one 10-7 in the 5th. 4 hours and 8 minutes. This one, 3 hours and 27 minutes in the making. But he did come unstuck against Marin Cilic at Roland Garros in 5th set deciding tiebreak. So it swings and roundabouts, Fitzy.
And this match particularly, there's been plenty of those.
Oh.
So this is not over.
Fault.
But comparatively, Robbie, gee, there's been a few mistakes here early in the breaker, hasn't there, from Rublev? He's just gone a bit flat, I think.
Wow.
Not a good time for it.
Fault.
looks to me like he's waiting for Rublev to make mistakes here, which he has a little bit in this tiebreaker. But they've both taken the foot off the pedal a little bit here from their normal, super aggressive style.
Yeah.
That's tension.
Yep.
There's a lot to lose here, Rob. And a lot to gain.
It's just the 1 mini break now.
Great aggression there. Beautiful backhand. He stepped in the court there, took it on the rise. That's the way to win. You've got to win these matches if you can. Not wait for the other guy to lose it.
7-4. Rune.
Full service sitting right around 60%. He'd give a good chunk of his prize money now for 2 decent first serves.
Fault. Out.
Gee, this feels really close now, Robbie.
7-5.
Rublev starting to pick up on that second serve down the middle, isn't he, Fitz? He jumped all over that one again.
And I think there's a tiny breeze from Rublev's end of the court that he's going to now. Just not much, just a little bit. Whether that helps him or not, maybe it allows Rune to hit out a bit more with a bit more margin into the wind. But oh, you could cut the air with a knife.
Thank you.
He has licked the line with another forehand. I mean, the outer edge of it. And Hawkeye confirms this is 3 millimeters in. And fortune favoring the brave, as John Fitzgerald was suggesting. It's just got a little passive here, has the Dane. Remember, he was 6-2 up. That was 6-2 up with a serve to come. And suddenly, it's 7 apiece.
Mate, he was 5-0 up in this tiebreaker.
Yeah.
What a turnaround this is. And now you have to pick Rublev now. I mean, he looks like he's on a roll, and the other lad has gone a bit passive.
Rublev.
Wow, what a comeback.
Thank you.
has just not had that courage of his convictions to go for it when he's needed to. And that unforced error gifts 2 match points to Andrey Rublev. Both players now have had match points. Holger's had 2.
9-8. Rublev.
Where does he serve, Robbie?
I think he goes slider T.
Well, he's been hitting that one beautifully the last 3 matches, so I'm with you. That's where I think that's the biggest chance for him to get a free point here on match point.
Thank you.
Have you ever seen anything like it?
I think the short answer is possibly no.
9-8.
He guesses right and produces a moment of magic. Can you believe it, Fitzy?
Well, no, I don't think I can. And the crowd, I don't think they can believe this match is still alive. And the look on Rublev's face was like shock.
Both players have had 2 match points, neither been able to convert.
Out.
10-9. Rublev.
Once again, Rublev being so brave, given what had happened on the previous point, to take that forehand out the air again.
Vote.
After everything we have seen, what a way for this match to conclude. Andrey Rublev saves match points and cements his place in the quarterfinals of the Australian Open for the 2nd time in his career. Mind-boggling stuff.